Oh, now why did you pick this picture of this big old man? Now, this man that you see on the screen, Brandon Belmonte, I hope I'm saying this right. We have a recording of Bishop responding to him, but on the New York Post, this brother was indicted because he was using people's cars and fraudulent behavior. And then we have other people that come out and saying a lot of stuff. To give you a little backstory before I play this recording, Bishop Lamar Whitehead, he was indicted by the feds. And Bishop, is saying that this white man with them big old draws have worked with the federal government to set Bishop Whitehead up to do fraudulent behavior, right? And now this white man, Belmonte, Brandon, have been arrested and charged, indicted. His mama bailed him out. And so now Bishop is saying, I'm vindicated. They need to drop this case. And this is what Bishop had to say live on his Instagram. And I want to say shout out to his attorney, shout out to the relationship with them. They give me the exclusive, whatever. I love him over there. Me and his lawyer, Mr. Brandon, his lawyer, man. Me and him was Mr. Porter. We went back and forth. So I want to say we in a good, I can say we are in a good place. Brian L. Porter, we're in a good place because we argue telling me to drink water. In the honor of my attorney, I got some water. Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we have to play. Now I want to say this. Everybody quiet. Larry Reid, he quiet and all of that. And he worked with this white man. I'm trying to find a recording of him saying, I talking with people and I'm going to tell you in about 3 months, he going to be arrested by the FBI. So my sources is telling me that Larry Reid, if y'all don't know how he looked, give me a second. Let's post a little picture of where's Larry. Okay, Larry in the middle, that he was contacting the white guy with the big old jaws, Brandon, to take down Bishop Whitehead. He had been doing this. And so now he's quiet. Word on the curve is Larry telling people not to give Wiley any clout. That is fine, not to talk about it. But you better, because we got to do it. And we are trying to get Levantre back on the show, but it's a difference. I want to interview him right in front of the police station, and I want to do like what the attorney have done. What is that attorney that always go after, black rights and all of that? I want to interview and do a press conference in front of the police station in the courthouse to bring more awareness of this case with Levantre. Okay. And so we trying to make that happen. We trying to get it happen because what Larry is trying to do, telling folks not to give it or respond, they falling for this hypocrite. No problem at all, because we still gonna talk, because the witch don't want to date for me, because we got text messages of him wanting to sleep with me, and we could just easily put all them text messages out. We even got him on the show talking about he want to sleep with me, I'm his baby daddy, and all of that. So he can't sit and criticize me when he wanted to sleep with me. All right, let's make that crystal clear. But now everybody is quiet about Bishop because they were covering this case, right? Why y'all not covering this man that was on the New Yorker trashing Bishop, dogging him out? They were talking about Eric Adams, and they lead person on the New Yorker is a whole fraud himself. He's a fraud. Now the witch is silent, right? The fake attorney, silent. I call her Sam because she sounds like a Sam. All these people that was making fun of, joking. Where's the false prophetess, the one that got that bad wig and high blood pressure? I know she got it. I feel it in my spirit. Her right there with that bag jumbo extra large wig. When they made fun, she ain't got nothing to say. She's silent and had the audacity to try to talk to me. Ma'am, don't try to pray for me. I don't believe in your prayer. Sit down somewhere. Hit that gym. I don't need you to pray for me. I don't need you to lay hands on me because you like to kiki. You too messy. I don't want that. Then I don't want that type of hair growing out of my eyebrows or out of my nostrils. You don't need to pray for me, sister, because I believe you are a false prophet. How you supposed to be so holy and sanctified, but none of your big spirit? It's a lot of body mass. Your temple, and that's an extra large temple. You mean to tell me nothing trigger your prosthetic or prophetic gift about that pedo that violated Levante? Don't you hit me up in my DM talking about you gonna pray for me? No, keep your prayers and take it to the gym and hit that treadmill and burn some calories, because you can keep your prayer. I don't need it. Not from you. Now, it all started from Miss Biggie, according to the street, because Bishop called her Biggie Smalls. So all of this, and because Larry was embarrassed about this, he started working with this gentleman, Mr. Let's bring him back up here. He started working with him. He started working with that white gentleman because he was embarrassed. Now, I want to play what Bishop had to say regarding the update on this situation. Bishop?
I told y'all. But y'all put me on. But this just brings so much more light to the situation. And it's like I stand for us. And it's just like our own people, y'all just tear me down. So look on my page. Look on my page. Check it out. There's a whole article with this guy in the New York Post, and there's a ton of and a plethora of other charges. I told y'all, but y'all put me on. But this just brings so much more light to the situation. And it's like I stand for us. And it's just like our own people, y'all just tear me down. So look on my page. Look on my page. Check it out. There's a whole article with this guy in the New York Post, and there's a ton of more articles coming out. A ton. And this week, I had untold phone calls from his victims inboxing me, and I'm literally, it's up to probably about $3 to $4 million of people who have been scammed by this con man, Brandon Belmonte. And I told one of them yesterday, one guy, he lost 800, he was robbed by Brandon Belmonte for $875,000. And I told him yesterday, I said, I would have rather lose that. Why is this thing? I told them, I said, I'd rather lose that than to have my freedom in jeopardy because of some liar. I told him, I said, because I done lost so much money because of this press and because of all it. Man, y'all have no idea. And I told him, I said, I'd have rather lost the money than to be dealing with any criminal charges that I know. This guy set me up, and he's a con man. So this week, I'm going to talk to a few of the victims, and I told them I'll give them my platform so they can tell you who he is. They can tell you who he is. You know, and y'all will be able to hear.
All right, so y'all had that, and I had to put that in the atmosphere, and people were upset and they was crazy because they said, Wiley, they say you come at Larry hard. I do. I come at abusers very hard, that snatch the innocence of a child and think it's okay. So of course I would call it out, and if he got a problem with it, he can go file. He haven't sent me a cease or desist because he know it ain't gonna go nowhere. He haven't sent no lawsuit because it's not gonna go nowhere. I'm not Daryl. Okay, Daryl was stupid. Daryl went to that man estate, went to Larry estate, and pulled up with some heat. He did too much, waving the heat around. I ain't that crazy. I'm not leaving my home to go follow somebody's estate. I don't do that. I just use my words and move on. Okay, I stay within my constitutional duty. This is all public. Levante went out and he came out. He did a show with Tasha, so I'm within my rights. He can't sue. Sue what? All right? So sit down with all that. Who cares about a lawsuit? Who gives an arm? Tasha, prove it to the world. You ain't got to pay it back. Just hide it in Africa. Hide it in Jamaica. Just play broke. Okay? So, and it took her years to even get to this point. So Larry ain't going to waste no time with that. Do you understand how great that would be for my career, being in the presence of all of that media attention? Because it will be a lot of it. Because we're going to put on a good show. So no, he ain't gonna sue nobody. How you gonna sue me, but not the person that put out the rumor? He sat there on live 1080p. He said that. I'm just repeating what the victim, Levante, and I just believe it. And I already know I talked to what's the dude named King Giles. Now, Paul, you did hear that King Giles called, hey man, I'm just so tired of you talking about me. I can talk about you, King Giles. It ain't my fault that you were recorded saying that Larry, it was weird that Larry gave you some money and that Larry touched and violated your underage godson, god brother, and that they all living with him, playing with him. So it ain't my fault, brother. You just got to be careful what you say on the phone. You ain't had that sympathy when you was recording the Bishop, when you was recording the Clark sisters, when you was recording Bishop and all the bishops in the Kojic church, when you was recording them. Now you mad that somebody pulled a page out of your book and used that against you? And then he had the audacity to post my number on YouTube like I'm going to be mad. Everybody got my number. Who gives a darn? Okay? He got upset about that because, and he put it out there and you went on record and said that stuff about Larry Reid. So you can't get mad that we talking about it, right? We're going to continue to talk about it. And we just getting started. I'm having fun with this because y'all shouldn't have did it. It wouldn't have been no story if Larry Reid would have kept his hands out of the pants of a young boy. This wouldn't have been no story. That was a sickness of Larry, and he need deliverance. That's sick to be turned on by a child. You sick, and you need to be thrown under the jail. You need to rot in jail. So he know he did that. He know he did. And then people are so disgusted by Bishop Lamar Whitehead when Lamar Whitehead have not been charged or accused or violated a child. He get a pass. Larry get a pass, but then we come at Bishop Whitehead. Oh, because he bling bling. But somebody came out and said a grown man when I was a boy, he violated me. Oh, whatever. Excuse me? So I don't understand that. And this is why I look at and I come at Larry hard because he was wrong. He know he was wrong. That's why he don't talk about it. His whole aura is different. He ain't the same like he is because you can't. What church can you expose when you got skeletons in your heart? You know why he kind of stopped, even though the lawsuits, but he can't really expose preachers no more because the only thing those pastors and preachers gonna do is elevate Levante and raise him an offering and say we're going to give him some therapy because he was violated by Larry. You understand? So that's why he kind of pulled away from the church sector and all of that. And I haven't even got started with BET and calling them, and I will be doing it some more and broadcasting my updates on it as well because it's very disgusting. And Yolanda Adams and all of these people, and so is Kurt Franklin. You know he a false prophet. He want to listen to rap music promoting the gospel concert. He need to repent. So again, I will always stand up for what is true. And again, Bishop Lamar Whitehead, in my humble opinion, is innocent of these updates that I have. And if anything come up and I have a right to change my mind if I find something else a little fishy to feel like he's guilty. But as of right now, I believe he's innocent. I believe he was set up and I believe he's been railroaded. And we will see how this case is going to play out in February if it is a case. Now, we will talk about each week, each day, break it down and talk about it. This is what we're going to do. But Larry was bragging about this. He recorded the FBI agent put his name out there. He was forbidden not to. He did it anyway because he's a clout chaser, and he's upset that people talking about him. You don't have no allies to come against Wiley because your biggest ally wanted to sleep with me. He wanted a piece of what I got between my legs, and you know what I said to him? Something that Levante couldn't have not done because he wasn't grown, he wasn't adult, he didn't have the strength. He was literally under your roof. So I told that witch, no, I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want your cake. I don't want it. I'm not your baby daddy. You can't have babies. Just because you got hair down your ankles and it's pink, purple, and green, you can't have a child out of your back door bread basket. Only thing gonna come out of that is tissue and feces. That's it. Only thing you pushing is at the toilet, you dushing, and do you got some tissue? Ain't no baby, ain't no coming out of the only thing coming out is diarrhea and feces. Mess. That's the only thing that come out of that back door. Ain't no baby coming out back there. No, sir. So I can't be your baby daddy. That's a whole lie. And mad and upset that we talking about it. Yeah, we gonna talk about it. We're talking about it today. All right. Now, let's move on from this. I just had to say that, they had to say that. Because I know I had to let's say that. Okay. Now let's move on. Do y'all want me to talk about Storm today? if we get 100 likes, we'll talk about Storm today. Because I got some good funny stuff to say about Storm and his beard fishy girlfriend.